the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New. Yeah.
Boom.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shade my smile.
Okay, today is November 13th, 2021. It is 5:30 a.m. I've been setting up getting some new links for me to share with you. And when I got up, I saw there were more links going on regarding bylines. That's where I'm getting my information for the Court of Appeal. I did bookmark some stuff, but when I got up, I was seeing more stuff. So I wanted to put them together. As a matter of fact, this video is supposed to be date to be for the appealing Meghan's copyright case. So I'm going to have two parts of this because there's so much to it. And some of you say you only like an hour worth. So I don't think I'm going to have an hour. It's going to be more than an hour. So I'm going to separate it into two. All right. So last night, Friday night, I put this video out and looks like my regulars saw it. All right. So that's good. Okay. I don't want to waste time. Let's go on Twitter.
Resistance.
So what I did here, because Byline put a lot of tweets out, so instead of how do you say that, bookmark a whole bunch, so I just went on their Twitter homepage so I could share it with you. All right, so I'll focus only on Meghan's date to be Court of Appeal. All right, so this has nothing to do with what I want to share with you. It's this one. Okay, all the evidence indicate that the Duchess can and will see the process through, and if by chance she were to lose in the High Court, she would, after all, have a right to seek an appeal. All right, so I already record the how will I say that? That's the article. I already record the article. My computer was doing something, so I just record my voice reading it. So I'll take screenshot and just put it. But I'm gonna go over the tweets, all right, and some comments. There's 32 comments here. Okay, I don't like Lane gossip, but this article interesting. They try to hide something by sending Canal to testimonies. Quote, is anyone else wondering what the Mail might possibly have on non-Sussex members of the British royal family? Okay, there's more. Okay, stop reading after Lane, said Meghan Markle. Apology was taken out of context and tried to insinuate that the Cambridges are plotting with Jason to trash the Sussexes. Alright, so, okay, high sign, the NDA. You know what? Let me go back. And then if I feel like reading the comments, I'll read the comments. So let me just read Byline tweets. Okay. If, as seems, the Duchess wins a trial, associate will almost certainly then seek to appeal again. So this thing could go on forever. All right, which if somebody else is win and then the other one goes and appeal it. The other, so I think Meghan is there for the long run because they did her so wrong, and I think she's willing to go all the way. And from some of the tweet that I'm reading, which probably gonna be in part 2, there's a lot of things that came out. There is a lot of things that came out, and it doesn't look good for the palace. That's all I'm saying. Okay, it seems like the Duchess wins at trial. Associate will almost certainly then seek to appeal again. Somebody, will just have to put a stop to it. All right, because the Queen better step up because a lot of dirt will come out. Okay, finally, a victory for Associate in this appeal will mean postponing closure. It is nearly 3 years since the Mail on Sunday published the extract from the letter, and several months more will probably pass before a trial could begin. All right, so it's the back and forth, back and forth. And the thing is that this is why so many people don't usually sue them, because they have the Mail on Sunday have infinite amount of money. Other people don't have that much money to keep fighting them. So that's why they keep on doing some of the things that they do. But Meghan is willing to go all the way. We're gonna keep on supporting her. Whatever, if she needs to do GoFundMe to pay for her legal bill, I'm sure the squad will be more than happy to support her. Okay, unpleasant as a trial will be for her, the ugliness will be magnified many times by the likely conduct of the Mail and their allies across most of the UK press, with the Duchess and let me put my glasses. For some reason, the Twitter's text seem to have an effect on my eyes, but when I read other documents and stuff like that, I don't have that much of an issue. Okay, and it's still a problem even though I put the glasses. All right, unpleasant as trial will be for her, the ugliness will be magnified many times by the likely conduct of the Mail and their allies across most of the UK press, which loathe the Duchess and have long shown a willingness to lie and distort the fact about her to stir hostility. And they keep on retweeting that same article. All right, so I have this article. I already recorded this article, and I'll put it at the end. Okay, the Duchess will almost certainly be required to give evidence and face cross-examination, and so might her husband, Prince Harry, and one or more of her friends. She will also have to endure testimony by her father, Thomas Markle. And guess what? Those evidence that or the argument that Mail on Sunday is bringing forth have absolutely nothing to do with copyright. All right, it's just nonsense they're bringing. I call it kitchen sink. It's just kitchen sink thing they're throwing because they have no argument. And then one of the email that was sent, that Meghan sent to Jason Kanoff, which will be on part 2 of this video, you could see Meghan was really concerned. I'm telling you, this is why I truly believe Meghan wanted a summary judgment, because if time goes to trial, it did not look good for the palace or the firm, whichever you want to call it. All right. Its likely outcome aside, however, the experience of a trial will undoubtedly be more challenging for the Duchess than the Associated, a company that is so often in court. It must feel at home there. I feel like I read this somewhere, because maybe it's the article that they be tweeting out, but I'll still put it at the end. Okay, the trial, incidentally, will probably be conducted before a different judge, and there will be no jury. That's the scary part, the no jury part, because you could easily see with Mel on Sunday could bribe anybody, okay, any judges to go the other way, to turn a blind eye. But God is good. God is good. And if you look at what's his name, Johnny Depp case, because Johnny Depp has shown, proved his case over and over again. He proved himself, and he still lost. This is the part I've said from the beginning, that I was afraid for Meghan. And let me not say it, because we don't want the universe to hear that, but we want a win for Meghan. Okay, the Duchess can thus feel pretty confident that if there is a trial, she will win again, which in turn means that she can reasonably expect to recoup from Associated the very large additional cost of pursue her case at trial. All right, so the more they keep on bringing, the more money, because everything leads for her to win. The whatever law that's on the book, it's on her side. It's on her side. And the thing is, to put icing on the cake here, is that Charles have sued the Mail on Sunday for the exact same thing, and Charles won. Okay, Charles won. If Meghan loses that, people need to ask themselves what is going on with the court or the judges. Okay, the fundamentals that led Lord Justice Roby to give the Duchess victory will remain the same. In other words, a very senior judge specializing in media matters took the view that the facts were not just in her favor, but overwhelmingly so. Okay, so I feel like that's those tweets. Each of these tweets is what's on the article, because I read the article. Okay, for the Duchess, anything less than a victory on both parts will take her back a large step, obliging her to pursue her case to a full public trial. Okay, victory for Associate on both privacy and copyright count, or on one, on the other hand, will mean it lives to fight another day at trial, and this will inevitably be presented in its newspapers, however dishonestly, as triumph for press freedom. And the thing is that this case, this privacy case, all Brits should be very aware of this, should be very concerned, because if Mel on Sunday win, let's say from this point on, everything else they win, this means they give them free range to do as they please with your personal information. This is the thing that many Brits need to be very careful with, and should pay close attention to that. And I've said this before. All right, this is not new. Okay, what is at stake for the parties? For Associated, defeat on both privacy and copyright will mean either that it must accept it has been beaten by the Duchess, or else it must seek to appeal again, this time to the Supreme Court. I'm telling you, those judges need to take into consideration two things. One, to follow the law, okay, whatever's in the books, and two, they better be concerned with the royal family, because if that goes to court, to trial, this is gonna be messy. Not really for it's not gonna look good for the palace. As for Meghan, they've already trashed her. Okay, they already trash her left and right, center, and every direction you could think of. All right, so she's dealing with that. I'm not saying it's right, but her name have been tarnished by those people. So the other one who's been trying to preserve their prestige, name, and stuff like that, if that goes to trial, the dirt will come out even more. because Meghan and Harry have already endured so much pain and agony. There's nothing more can add to their pain anymore. Right now, they're just numb. Okay, in my humble opinion, they're just numb to the hateful kind of thing that is throwing at them. So the palace better be careful, better put a stop on this. Like one of the tweets that I'm gonna read on the second part of this is that one of the squad said, William probably thinking right now, what have he done? Because Meghan is not backing down. And I've said this. This was the only thing Meghan had on them. The only thing, because they were so sneaky in their stuff. It would have been so difficult for Meghan to prove her case, because uh, they're like a tree. The palace is like a tree. And when you see a tree have so many different branches, meaning they're foot soldiers to do their dirty work for them, Meghan would have had a hard time to call anybody else in court. But this privacy case thing, that's the only thing she had. I've said this from the get-go. This was the only thing. So she's not gonna back down. And I've given an example of me with my gem, where they were doing so many stupid things. When I finally got them on something for 35 cents. Okay. Now that everything is all said and done, each time I think about it, I'm shaking my head how stupid I was. But I was so angry at that time, I was willing to spend thousand. Can you imagine that? I was willing to spend thousand to prove them wrong. And then once I called them to court, all right, after that they closed down because they know I was on them. And it was really about, it was not really about the money, the 35 cents. It was the principle of things. This is what I see on Meghan here. Okay. Let me continue with some of the tweets. Okay, open to the judges or for possible finding. They can conclude that Warby was right on both privacy and copyright, that he was right on copyright but wrong on privacy, that he was right on privacy but wrong on copyright, highly unlikely, and that he was wrong on both. All right, so the thing is that some of those judges now need to look at is that, you know, is to back up their own, because anything like that, if a judge, the previous judge, Welby, took his time to go over it, and he outlined everything. I have it in one of my videos. Okay, I think I will put a copyright playlist for you guys from the beginning when I did my makeshift research to every little thing that popped up regarding the copyright case. I'll do a playlist for that, and this will be in that playlist too. So he outlined every single argument that was discussed on the whatever when they were present. It wasn't a trial, but before everything else, the argument and whatever Meghan had and stuff like that. So he highlighted everything. So he was very precise on his judgment. So to do the summary judgment. So these judges better be very careful, because if you undermine a judge that took so much time and care about something, that will be looking into your background and say, what is going on with you? All right. Money should not be an issue with all of these people in the UK. All right, this is the thing why these Mel and Sunday people keep on doing, is bribing people, okay, doing unethical things to get money, and then when they catch them on their BS, they're bribing people on their for, you know, to cover their track. All right, so principle need to stand here at the court, so people who have faith in the court system, because Johnny Depp did not get his. I know that for sure. Let me continue here. Though outside the court, the Daily Mail and other papers have treated this new evidence as sensational, the presiding judge, Sir Geoffrey Voss, the master of the rules, stated bluntly that he thought none of it relevant to the question of whether summary judgment had been justified. All right, so what is it? I think Meghan came and apologized to the court because something she didn't show up. She didn't mention on the previous uh, you know, with Justice Warby or something, because it was irrelevant. Okay, I even said this. And what I was reading on the some tweet is that, oh, Meghan lied, Meghan this. No, I saw it. It meant nothing. It meant absolutely nothing. The core issue, the fundamental of everything, is, did Meghan give Mel on Sunday the right to print her letter? That's it. And everything else is just BS. Okay, so here there's Byline mentioning it. This is why I follow Byline. And they have a YouTube channel, so I would suggest you to watch them if you wanna see the true things that's going in the UK. All right, so that's that. Believe me, the US have their own issues, but I know what I have to do when it's time for me to show up. Okay, it's just go vote. All right, so. And then when it's time for me to pay attention to things that's going on, I'll see who's doing what. And then my vote will base on that. All right, let me continue. I'm mentioning that because I know the US is not perfect. Okay, US have its own baggage itself, just like the UK. The court heard new evidence about her dealing with others about the letter, and associates said this added further weight to the need for full fact to be established at trial. Lawyers for the Duchess said again that Warby had already taken all this into account. That's what I'm saying. Is I think in either the first part that I have, day 1 and day 2, when I was reading to share with you, and I did say anything new that Meghan brought is probably to back up whatever the other ones have said. Okay, they bring new nonsense to the argument. So Meghan was like, okay, if you're bringing this, I have this to back your nonsense. I think that's what happened here. Okay, so that's that. Okay, in any case, the Duchess lawyer said Warby had made clear that even if she had done everything that Associated claimed, she had not forfeited her right over the letter. Again, the foundation of thing. She never said, you could take my letter and print it. That's exactly what this meant. As for the Duchess telling others about the letter, her lawyers insisted that although she or her praxis spoke of it in general terms, she had never wanted its content made public and did not share its content with anyone. So that's a very good point here. I'm telling you, you have to be on your toes to be a lawyer. Okay, she could talk. Okay, oh, I want my father this because we're worrying about him. The mail on Sunday is this. The mail on Sunday is that. Okay, we worry about his safety. But this is what she probably spoke to her friend about. But she didn't open her letter and say word by word exactly what she said to her father. That's a different things here. Okay, so this is a very good point her lawyer mentioned here. That's very good. Okay, the Duchess's lawyer said that Associated claims about the People article were exaggerated. It contained only one minor inaccuracy that could not be said to justify the publication of a private letter, much of which dealt with different matters. Okay, ANL also asserted that Warby failed to acknowledge the degree to which the Duchess had nullified her own right to privacy and copyright in the letter by encouraging others to spread word of it. A friend who spoke to People and the author of a book that also referred to the letter. I mean, this have already been scratched off already.
Since I have this clip, I guess this is the best way to put it. I'm gonna insert a clip here that pretty much prove this letter. And this is what I mean by when you do journalism and you don't do convenient truth, you stay with your truth. This is a perfect example. So here's the clip.
Why couldn't they have done this in a way that was a little more deliberate and, in some minds, maybe more respectful?
They had no choice other than to leave because they both knew that it wasn't going to continue should they just carry on as they were.
Royal correspondent and ABC News contributor Omid Scobie says he's hoping his new book, Finding Freedom, will finally offer a true picture of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The book seems to tell their story almost in their voices. Did they give their approval? Did they somehow weigh in?
I know there's a lot of speculation about the couple having sort of given secret interviews for the book and having weighed in, but it really couldn't be further from the truth.
So let's continue. The People article, it said, triggered Mr. Markle's right of reply and justify the publication by the Mail on Sunday of substantial part of the letter from daughter to father. Again, I think I said it in my other recording when I read this article, is that if Meghan's father felt like he had to respond to what the friend said, okay, he should have wrote his own letter, okay, writing or typing letter to Mail on Sunday to make it public, okay. He should not never give in the Mail on Sunday the daughter's letter to do it, okay. You understand the web of stuff here? So he hand over Meghan's letter to Mail on Sunday. What he should have done is, after he read what the People magazine, which I doubted he even knew, okay, I doubted he even knew existed, because I don't think he's gonna be reading this type of magazine, okay, is that he should have wrote a letter and said, Mail on Sunday, make this public. All right, but no, he didn't do that. And then you have Mail on Sunday being a third wheel, asserting itself of all things. All right, so that's another point here. And Associated argued that Warby failed to give sufficient to the wrong done to the Duchess' father. I mean, that's not the point here, okay? If how do you call this? If Thomas Markle have an issue, he should call Meghan to court. Okay, that has nothing to do with Mail on Sunday, with the case here. Okay, the case here is between Meghan and Mail on Sunday. It's not between Meghan and her father. If Meghan's father has an issue, so that will be between both of them, which was the letter originated. It was between daughter and father. Okay, in more detail, Associated argue that Warby failed to give sufficient weight to the wrong done to Duchess' father, Thomas Markle. He should have not showed the letter. That was that's karma for him then. Okay, that this is being called out on court. Okay, by an article in People magazine, which it said was orchestrated by the Duchess. Oh my God, these people. I'm telling you, Mail on Sunday, they love to stir the pot. They love to stir the pot. That's what is going on here. In other words, Lord Justice Warby found that even at its strongest, the associated case could not have pursued him, which is true when you look at it. Okay, the Duchess lawyer asserted that Warby's very long judgment had followed the law
Scrupulously,
that in reaching his conclusions without a trial, he made allowance for the possibility that Associated would be able to prove at a trial everything it claimed. All right, so that's that. The nub of the argument was this. A&L's lawyer claimed that Lord Justice Warby made errors of law in summary judgment, and that evidence available at the time, as well as fresh evidence that has been emerged, will tilt the balance of the case if it heard fully at trial. Again, this is just nothing burger, all right? Because that new evidence should never be pointed out here in this argument, in this in this appeal. Okay, everything that is being argued should have been exactly what was presented from the previous one. Okay, so here they're bringing new evidence for what? Okay, they should stick to what was argued before, because they did how many days of that? My goodness, it's like it's one of those where I felt like Bretex. The reason I felt like verdicts occur is for the court system, because when they were part of the EU, they had to deal with the European Union kind of law and stuff like that. But when they get themselves out of the European Union, so they could concentrate on themselves when they do their BS. Okay, so they could, bribe the judges to do nonsense, to not follow any law. That's my humble opinion here, and I think I've said it in some other thing. Okay, ANL.
And the other thing that I see here, when they said that, was it Warby made errors of law in reaching summary judgment? Because if you look at this from a attorney or a judge perspective, to see your colleagues made error on something, okay, and then to agree with what is being argued, it is gonna make it look bad on the other judge. So this is something I think that's a huge error for Mel on Sunday, or to what is it, to bring to say in the court, to say the judge made an error. So which means that if those judges, those panel agree with Mel on Sunday to say, yeah, he made an error, so what's gonna it be seen later on in other, I don't know if he retired or if he's still sitting on the bench or anything like that. The Mr. Warby, what is it, the judge Warby, to say that you agree with Mel on Sunday of his judgment on something so critical, which he outlined very carefully, crafted his summary judgment very carefully. So this, in my humble opinion, I think A&L's lawyer who brought this up is a huge mistake, in my humble opinion, to say that Mr. Warby made errors on the law. Okay, which he's been sitting for how long? I don't know how long he's been a judge. So that's something to take into consideration here.
Appeal is now focused, challenged the decision of the High Court to give summary judgment without holding a trial. This means that a victory for A&L will not vindicate the Mel on Sunday, but it will send the case back to the lower court for a full trial. Okay, this needs to stop right there. I just want it to stop. Okay, it may be wrong to read much into this. The Duchess Council endured some uncomfortable moment yesterday, and today's challenges may have been no more than the judges seeing how the judgments stood up under pressure. Okay, Caldecott recovered after some awkward moment, but the judges appear to suggest that they did not believe that publication and the Mail on Sunday and the form it looked. Okay, response. All right, so this is his opinion here. This is a byline opinion here. So what he's seeing based on the judges. Okay, the 3-day judges have focused on whether Warby and reaching judgment correctly apply 2 tests he was required to apply. First, did the Duchess have genuine right of privacy and copyright in the circumstances? Okay, that's 1 of 2. Okay, and second, if she did, was it by any other right, such as the newspaper's right to free expression or Mr. Warby's right to put the record straight? That's 2 of 2 from this. Okay, the A&L QC struggle under scrutiny from the bench, with the judges skeptical about his argument that the newspaper had been justified and published large extract from a private letter from the Duchess to her father on the grounds that he was responding to slur inspired by her. My goodness. The appeal publisher of the Mail on Sunday against the High Court privacy and copyright ruling in favor of Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, ended today, and the judges said they will announce that decision in due course, probably a matter of weeks. All right, so that's all tweets. Okay, so you guys have this here. All right, let's see. Explain the Mail on Sunday, Meghan appeal day 3, final exchange, and the verdict deferred. All right, so there's the article. All right, so let me read some of the comment here. Oh, there's more here. I'll come back to this to read this 22 comment. Okay, watching the Mel appeal and the Meghan privacy case on live stream, Lord Clankley beeping and tooting noises from off screen, having the bans just being applied at the Royal Court. All right, so there's the retweet of this. Okay, 3rd day, so there's more people's talking about it. This is a nonsense from the Telegraph, and it knows it. Okay, this is why I follow Brian Cape Cod. this is, and he was the one who did the article, and I'll put it at the end of this video. And I think I read it based on those tweets because they sound familiar to me. All right, this is a nonsense from the Telegraph, and it knows it. There is no possibility of a perjury charge. All right, let me go into him. Okay, day 3, so that's here. All right, let's see here. I'm very happy that byline time exists, one of the few contributing to the change that is truly needed. Same here, gaslighting the public. They are writing out their right-wing fantasies, but truth is inconvenient, okay, and will of course hit them in the face. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I'm loving how all the Sussex crew writing
Retweeting.
a good thing. So Meghan not facing a charge. We don't know yet. This is the best spend. Yes. What? This is what matter here. This, okay, Brian Cape Cod. This is a nonsense from the Telegraph, and it knows it. And this is a reporter, okay, a journalist, and I think he's a professor, okay, journalist, author, professor of journalism, okay. See, he's a professor. He knows that. This is why I follow him. I don't want to hear nonsense. And these people who's talking nonsense. Oh, that was a threat. I'm not gonna go to that threat. All right. So these people who's doing the nonsense here, they going based on the Mail on Sunday kind of narrative. All right, let's see here. There's more here. The Mail on Sunday, Meghan appeal day 2. All right, so this I already have that. It's already edited and published. Okay, that's why they retweeted under byline here. All right, so I said I was gonna go. Let me see here. 7 comment under his. Watching the Mel's appeal and the Meghan privacy case on live stream, Lord clanking, beeping and tooting noises from off screen. Have the bench just been emptied at the Royal Court of Justice? Okay, is it over? I need to go to bed. The time difference is killing me. Okay, another hour, I guess. Let's see here. But there is no chance of a ruling today, or at least that would be surprising. Okay, did Meghan lawyers speak already? Okay, all I keep hearing is the reverse alarm. Haha, I think their building works. Yesterday, seagulls, today was what's next. It's funny. Okay, Brian K. There is a new element. And do you think the Daily Mail can win on appeal? I found it okay. I find it also unfair. I hope the judge is interested in how much the British tabloid made by publishing the letter. Okay, I would love to hear the response to that. Okay, I mean, we already know this is nothing burger from the previous tweet that he said. Okay, 2 minute silence for remembrance, 11 a.m. maybe. Okay, the appeal to have 2 to 2 minute silence this morning, as if there was a problem with the announcement. Okay, so that was the remembrance. Remember, I'm late and sharing this with you. Today is that I'm recording is November 11th. I mean November 13th, and here you see this was happening in November 11th. All right, so there were so many other things that I was doing. I can't really record that much. Okay, that one ancient bird like judge is really for effing enjoying himself. Okay, this is the last day. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, there was one that has, okay, I think it was this one. Okay, explain the Mail on Sunday, Meghan appeal day 3, final exchange, and the verdict deferred. Okay, that's this. Okay, I hope for the summary judgment to support the newspaper, but a trial will yield more honest answers, worrisome, however. All right, let's see this here. That's no newspaper you are reading. That's a tabloid. It feeds off misinformation for headlines and clickbait. Okay, the very same headline that caused the beloved Princess Diana's death. Yet you people are actively supporting such organization to fuel your fantasies and hate. Okay, thank you. Okay, I so want this over for her so she can finally put the UK and its toxic press behind her. Definitely. I worry that they will never leave her alone like some toxic, abusive ex. Okay, it's sad situation. Thank you so much for posting this. Judges hate overturning lower court rulings. Hopefully this brings a close to this. That's what I was saying too, is to support what the other one said, because he didn't give like a 2 sentence word kind of thing. Okay, he went in full detail. Okay, I really need to create a playlist for all of Meghan's copyright thing for you guys to see how it progressed, because I did cover here and there, and some tweets on all of this will be on that playlist, because he went in full detail how everything is, how he come to his judgment. All right, and this is Meghan did not want this to go to trial for a perfect reason, not only to make this quick, but for the palace. Okay, Meghan was really trying to protect the palace, because if this goes to trial, all bets are off. Okay, trying to be nice. Okay, great article. Brian Kaycott, who won? That's when the verdict. Okay, he said like in 2 or 3 weeks. All right, so I think I read some of these and some others. The other day 1 and 2 or something. Thank you very much, Mr. Cape Cod. This will help me as I try to explain exactly what is happening to my friend in the US. Also, sincere thanks to always covering Harry and Meghan in a fair and balanced way. You see, this is it. Okay? Their supporters appreciate your professionalism. That's exactly that. This is why I follow him. I'm surprised I even come across him, because I'm not in the UK. It's through Twitter when I read certain things that popped up in my timeline. When I see an honest one, I was like, oh, I need to follow him. All right, because he's not saying any BS to make people's feeling feel good. He's saying exactly how it is. Okay, read the evidence, watch videos where the lies are spoken from her own mouth. Oh, you see, this is the nonsense here. All right, no one is taking anything out of context. Just look at, this is what Brian Capecott is doing, showing exactly what's happening. You make your own judgment. But these people, let me stop. No wonder why nobody I'm following. Okay, if only they would listen to the court proceeding and not get into of Twitter or People Magazine or Harper's. She commented perjury, and so did Scobie. What? From what I'm reading, I don't think so. Okay, I think it will go to full trial, and if it doesn't, I have no faith in the UK justice system. She is above the law. Please, who is this here? It's 27 file. Yeah, that's just haters here. All right, so now I'm done. Okay, I already recorded the article yesterday when my computer was doing something. I didn't want it to jump into thing and give me a headache when I'm editing it. So I'm gonna insert the recording here of the article. Although I think the tweets that I just read is the article, but I'll put it anyway. All right, and I'll put the link of the article in the description. Thank you.
The Mail on Sunday began Appeal Day 3, Final Exchanges and the Verdict Deferred by Brian Capecott. The appeal by the publisher of the Mail on Sunday against the High Court privacy and copyright ruling in favor of Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, ended today, and the judges said they will announce their decision in due course, probably a matter of weeks. The final afternoon session saw the lead barrister for Associated Newspaper, Andrew Caldecott, QC, struggling under scrutiny from the bench, with the judges apparently skeptical about his argument that the newspaper had been justified in publishing large extracts from a private letter from the Duchess to her father on the ground that her father was responding to slurs inspired by her. If if Associate newspaper want this to go in full trial, there's something underneath that's not right. Okay, Caldecott recovered after some awkward moment, but the judges appeared to suggest that they did not believe that publication in the Mail on Sunday and the form it took had been a proportionate response. It may be wrong to read much into this. The Duchess counsel endured some uncomfortable moment yesterday, and today's challenges may have been no more than the judges seeing how the argument stood up under pressure. Associates' appeal is narrowing focus, challenging the decision of the High Court to give summary judgment in the case, in other words, to reach a decision without holding a trial. This means that a victory for Associated will not vindicate the Mail on Sunday, but it will send the case back to the lower court for a full trial. And things we're already seeing, just that apology that Meghan said, because the focus is the copyright. She didn't give permission to do it. And you see the things that already going on the headline, that she lied to the court and this and that. If the focus was about copyright, I didn't give you permission to do something. How is she lying? But anyway, let's continue. You could see how they're going to go if they went this thing to go back to the lower court for a full trial. my goodness, these people are evil. And and again, if this goes to full trial, a lot of things about the royal family is gonna be exposed. It's going to be exposed. And I think once this is done, if I was Harry or Meghan, what is it, that Knopf guy who they trusted to help them, he should be another one they should call to court. I think that if that was me, I'll wait until this thing is over and then call this guy to court, because this is someone who you trusted, who was working with you, but instead of working with you, he was working against you. That's something. Oh my God, so many things is going in my head right now. All right, the nub of the argument over 3 days in court was this. Associated lawyers claimed that the judge, Lord Justice Warby, made errors of law in reaching summary judgment, and that evidence available at the time, as well as fresh evidence. I mean, why didn't you bring all the evidence that needed? Did Meghan give you permission to write it? That's the full focus here. There was a lot of other things that they struck down, but the main focus remained is, did Meghan give you the right to print her paper? That was the full focus. So what new evidence you gonna have here when Meghan still stand by her truth and said, no, I didn't give you permission for that? Jesus, what new evidence? More lies to fool people? Jesus. Okay, this thing is very upsetting. I don't know how Meghan is able to sustain this as this going on. Okay, let's see. Lord Justice Warby, and let's keep in mind also, Prince Charles won his case on the same matter, by the way. Alright, so Prince Charles has won his case on that same kind of thing. So which means the newspaper haven't learned their lessons yet. Okay, Lord Justice Warby made errors of law in reaching summary judgment, and that evidence available at the time, as well as fresh evidence that has since emerged, will tilt the balance of the case if it heard fully at trial. In response, the Duchess's lawyer asserted that Warby's very long judgment had followed the law scrupulously and had made clear that in reaching this conclusion without a trial, he made allowance for the possibility that Associated would be able to prove at a trial everything it claimed. In other words, he found that even at its strongest, the Associated case could not have persuaded him. Okay, in more detail, Associated argued that Warby failed to sufficient weight to the wrong done to the Duchess's father, Thomas Markle, by an article in People's Magazine, which it said was orchestrated by the Duchess. That has nothing. The People magazine has absolutely nothing to do with Associate newspaper printing Meghan's letter. Absolutely nothing. Two different things. The article, it said, triggered Mr. Markle's right of reply and justify the publication by the Mail on Sunday of substantial part of the letter from daughter to father. If Associated newspaper had printed something that Mr. Markle, okay, had wrote, and Mr. Markle gave it to them, okay, that would have been fine. Meghan had nothing to do with that. But this one is Meghan who wrote it and sent to her father, and you took it up on yourself. The newspaper took it up on themselves to go and print it. Okay, they could have looked at it. That's a different story. They could have looked at it, but no, they printed and sensationalize the whole thing and do whatever they want with it. I mean, if that invading of privacy, I don't know what is. Okay, Associated, and then don't forget, I think it's somewhere in Australia, one of those Commonwealth country who was interviewing Mr. Markle, and he said it was planned. It was planned that they were setting up to mess up the wedding.
And of course, the photographs were a setup. I was
the royals only.
Set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American Media, I think.
The royals only.
And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding. I was just part of it, basically.
The royals only.
It's an unfiltered interview with Thomas Markle. In retrospect, maybe we should have put a filter on him.
Exactly. We don't have a dump button, do we?
The royals only.
No.
No.
We need one now, I think.
Yeah.
The royals only. What I've been through, I should be rewarded for.
So, and then all of a sudden, they took everything down. I'll look for that video. Associated also asserted that Warby failed to acknowledge the degree to which the Duchess had nullified her own right to privacy and copyright in the letter by encouraging others to spread word of it. What the hell? To spread word of it, a friend who spoke to people and the author of the book that also referred to the letter. That the judge from the previous case addressed that already. This is just BS. Just BS. Okay, the Duchess's lawyer replied that Warby had dealt fully with both matters. Associated claim about the People's article were exaggerated, they say, contained only one minor inaccuracy that could not be said to justify the publication of a private letter. That's the whole thing. Okay, much of which dealt with different matter. Okay, as for the Duchess telling others about the letter, her lawyers insist that although she or her praxis spoke of it in general terms, she had never wanted its content made public and did not share its content with anyone. Alright, so if Meghan decided to talk with anybody about what she wrote to her father, it's fine. But the thing is that they didn't print the thing. She was talking just in general with her friend. And then oh my God, these people are something. They are something. In any case, they said, Warby had made clear that even if she had done everything that Associated claimed, she had not forfeited her right over the letter. Thank you. That is a very good response to that. The court heard new evidence about her dealings with others about the letter, and Associated said this added further weight to the need for the full fact to be established as trial. Lawyers for the Duchess said again that Warby had already taken all this into account. Though outside the court, the Daily Mail and other papers have treated this new evidence as sensational. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying after the first two things that I put on the other video. The presiding judge, Sir Geoffrey Voss, the master of the rolls, stated bluntly that he thought none of it relevant to the question of whether summary judgment had been justified. Okay, the three very senior judges have focused on whether Warby, in reaching judgment, correctly replied to two tests he was required to apply. First, did the Duchess have genuinely right of privacy and copyright in the circumstances? And second, if she did, was it outweighed by any other right, such as the newspaper's right of free expression or Mr. Marco's right to put the record straight? That has nothing to do with that. How come he didn't write his own thing for the Mail on Sunday to write? That's what I'm seeing here. My goodness, this is a long one. I don't know. For the long amount of time they took to bring this back, to appeal it, I don't know. This is what I was saying when Brexit started. And I said the foundation of Brexit is for the court. For all these people who are in position right now to have, to do what as they please with the court. And this is, I'm really questioning. If you look at the Johnny Depp thing, I told you from the beginning, this is what I was afraid for Meghan. Alright, I'm still gonna pray for her to win. There's no way she should lose this, but the amount of crooks that's going on over there is very scary. Okay, open to the judges of four possible findings. They can conclude that Warby was right on both privacy and copyright, that he was right on copyright but wrong on privacy. I mean, privacy, my goodness, they've been saying they want their privacy, but they keep going at it, even after they told them to leave the country. Okay, they left, but yet they're still talking about it. Okay, that he was right on privacy but wrong on copyright, highly unlikely. And that he was wrong on both. Okay, what is at stake for the parties? For Associated, defeat on both will mean either that it must accept it has been beaten by the Duchess, or else it must seek to appeal again. What kind of appeal again? This time to the Supreme Court. Victory on both count or on one. Oh my God. On the this is what happened. They have the money to spend on all of this. Okay. On the other hand, will mean it lives to fight another day at trial, and this will inevitably be presented in its newspapers, however dishonestly, as a triumph for the press freedom. Okay, for the Duchess, anything less than a victory on both parts will take her back a large step. obliging her to pursue her case to a full public trial, but the fundamental that led Warby to give her victory will remain the same. In other words, a very senior judge specializing in media matters took the view that the facts were not just in her favor, but overwhelmingly so. And if the Associated Press went on this, okay, just think of every single other Brits out there. Just think of this. Just know they could intercept your letters and do as they please. That when, if they win that, every other Brit's private information is at risk. I've said this before. Alright, the Duchess can thus feel pretty confident that if there is a trial, she will win again, which in turns mean that she can reasonably expect to recoup from Associated the very large additional cost of pursuing her case at trial. I was thinking about that because there I was seeing some tweet that said, what is it, that alone cost her 1.3 million pounds or something? Those 3 days. My goodness, we need to keep on praying for them. This is so unfair in so many levels. Okay, the trial, incidentally, will probably be conducted before a different judge and there will be no jury. This is the scary part. The no jury part, where you could buy any judges. This is what I'm afraid for her. Okay, its likely outcome aside, however, the experience of a trial will undoubtedly be more challenging for the Duchess than for Associated, a company that is so often in court, it will feel at home there. Wow, so many people's calling them to court. It will feel like they are home. My goodness, she will almost certainly be required to give evidence and face cross-examination, and so might her husband, Prince Harry, and one or more of her friends. She will also have to endure testimony by her father. My God, please make this stop. Make this stop. Unpleasant. I mean, I'm telling you, not only she will lash out, it's not going to be good for the palace. Alright, it's not gonna be good for the palace. Unpleasant as this prospect will be for her, the ugliness will be magnified many times by the likely conduct of the Mail paper and their allies across most of the UK press, which loaded the Duchess and have long shown a shameless willingness to lie and distort the fact about her to stir hostility. Finally, a victory for Associated, and this appeal will mean postponing closure. It is nearly 3 years since the Mail on Sunday published the extract from the letter, and several months more will probably pass before a trial could begin. If, as seems likely, the Duchess wins a trial, the Associate will almost certainly then seek to appeal again. Oh my God. God, this is a baggage for you. That's all I'm giving. Because you men have done so many sinister stuff. This baggage is for you. Associated gains by delay in 3 ways. It holds a financial advantage because it is owned by a billionaire who has infinite funds for litigation, whereas the Duchess does not. It profits by publishing tendentious coverage of the case and relishes the global publicity the case generates, and it postpones again and again the day when it may be found responsible, thus seeing the whole issue slip into history and public forgetfulness. There is no point in complaining about this, and the Duchess's lawyer will certainly have warned her about it. All the evidence indicates that she can and will see the process through, and if, by chance, she were to lose in the High Court, she will, after all, have a risk to seek an appeal. So it's like a circle. Yep, this is crazy. Baggage for God.
Take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. And thank you. You know what? Let me throw a prayer. Prayer for victory. All right, let's do that. Prayer for victory. Okay, that's what we need for that. All right, see, let's do this one. Okay, Father, thank you for your hand of victory upon my life. Thank you for making a way even when there seems to be no way. I choose to stand in faith. I choose to believe, knowing that you are already willing and able to cause me to overcome in this life, in Jesus' name. All right. Let's see here. Let's do one more. Okay, Father, thank you for your goodness. Thank you for finding joy and seeing me succeed. Help me to see my life the way you see it. Help me to see and declare the blessing and victory you have for me. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, one more. Okay, we're throwing all this prayers because if you have a full freaking tabloid, all the press around the globe against you, you need to do as much prayer, whether you believe it or not. But this needs to be done. Okay, prayer, victory over stronghold. Okay, this will be the last one. In Jesus' mighty name, every stronghold in my life will be destroyed when I call upon you, O Father. According to you, today, victory is mine and I will rejoice in it. I will overcome anything that tries to hinder me from the path which you have set before me, just as you overcame the grave. All right, that's it. All right. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. And now I'm going to do part 2 of day 3 because this, I had a lot of tweets that I bookmarked from the squad. Okay? Thank you for watching.